All right, so let us now create a new date time object, this time to represent the current time, or let's say the present time. Now, you can imagine that this is going to be a very important quantity for us in this program, because really this program is about finding out when your next birthday is, how far it is, and building a countdown towards it. So for that purpose, clearly we must know what the present time is. Now, what I'm going to do is to create this object, show you how it works, and then talk a little bit about the syntax, because the syntax could be a little bit confusing. However, I really do not want you to get bogged down by that. Let's think about how useful this is going to be for our program and keep moving from that spirit. So I'm going to create this by saying the current time is equal to dt dot date time dot now. Now, what this method does is that it creates a date time object with the current local time. Let's run this and see what happens. When I run this, it says which year were you born in. So I say 1977. I say, for example, 1. I say 31. It says you were born on a Monday, and additionally, this statement is executed. So now if I look at the current time, it tells me it's a date time object, which is what I expected it to be. Year 2022, month 11, because it's November, 23, 23rd November, and it tells me 17, 15, 14. 17 here is the time, hours, which is 5 p.m. 15 here is the minutes, so which is basically, say 15 minutes, so it's 5:15 p.m., 14 seconds, and this is the time in microseconds. So it's going to elapse really fast here. Uh, you know, Now you may wonder that why is it that this is not representing the time that my laptop is showing. For example, as a matter of fact, my laptop is showing me it's about 22:45, which means it's like 10:45 in the night, but this guy tells me it's 5:15. The reason really is that this code is running not on my laptop, but in fact on the Replit server. Now, this server could be located anywhere in the world. This is telling me the time at that server, which means that that location, wherever the server is located, this is the time it's telling me. Now, you can do certain adjustments to it. You can, there's lots of provisions in date time classes to, for example, adjust for the time zone and so on and so forth. But let's keep it simple. Let's assume this is the current time. And as you can see, if you run it again, it's going to change, because once again, the running will create a new date time object. Let's say I say 1998 just for the sake of it. So I say 4 and 5. It was a Sunday. And now if I look at, say, current, say, time, it must have changed. I notice it was 17:15 earlier, but now it's 17:16, which means kind of about a minute has elapsed. 5:15 p.m. is now 5:16 p.m. In fact, this number will change really fast, right? So you can see that this can tell you the present time, which we will use a lot going forward in this program. Now, like I told you, this, let's focus a little bit on the syntax. This may be a little bit confusing, because you might wonder, okay, when I created the date of birth, I just did dt.datetime and I gave year, month, and day. Whereas here I'm giving dt.datetime dot now. So why two dots and why this date time again? Well, without confusing things too much, suffices to say that this is the way, this is a consequence of the way this entire date time, module has been written. So when we are creating a date time, for example, object with an year, month, and day, we can do it, for example, dt, which is imported, date time has been imported as dt. So dt.datetime and these numbers. But when we are creating a current time, we have to do it slightly differently, and hence we are doing dt.datetime.now. Again, like I said, do not get bogged down by these, let's say, syntax issues. These will get clear as you understand this better. Important is for now at this point of time to see how we can use this, and how we can use this in our program to achieve the objective, let's say, of building the birthday countdown. I hope this was clear enough. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.